All right, time for the best part, the treatment. With 2L style of products, what I am going to do is remove her eye and lip makeup with our cleansing oil. Step 1, surface cleanse with the milk, dry her skin, and go into the deep pore cleansing, which I feel is truly the heartbeat of our line. So I start with a little bit of cotton that I have squeezed out the excess water. I'm going to get just a little bit of the Step 1 cleansing oil on because it removes the eye and lip makeup just beautifully. Notice I put my hand down before I actually put this on. You really want to make sure that you don't startle your customer. If you have waterproof makeup, waterproof mascara, take a little bit of this, put it down, and let it soak. And then it'll remove that without scraping at their eyeballs. Remove their lipstick, put your hand down next to it, again so you don't startle them, and just go ahead and go over the mouth. Now I'm going to start with a cleansing surface cleanse, which is truly just the face. We bring the deep pore cleansing down into the neck and décolleté, but for the purpose of surface cleanse, we really only need to do face. And it's a very brief. I'm using room temperature or cool water. And one of the things I learned about my client in between the consultation and getting on the table is that she's an artist. And her medium is clay or ceramics. So she failed to tell me, which of course is impactful on her skin, the fact that she is around ceramic and ceramic dust all the time. Interesting. Now I know when I lay my hands on her why it feels the way it does. The other thing she shared is that she's starting to get red, and you can see she's starting to get red just with me laying my hands on her. One of the things we learn in school as students is that red means you are sensitive or reactive. As a professional, that's just vascular, so I don't care at all if they turn red. With our deep pore cleansing system, it is critical that your hands and their face are dry before you start to put the cleansing oil down. So I have a towel that I hang off halfway. This is my lap towel, and I just simply bring it up. Of course, it's nice and soft, and I dry their skin, which at the same time dries my hand. Now what I'm going to do is move into the deep pore cleansing. So the same product, step 1, the same product that I used to remove eye and lip makeup is also now going to be used in the deep pore cleansing. With the system, the 2L cleansing system, I cannot stress enough that your treatment begins here. There are really beautiful products out there. We have serums and essential oil blends and creams and masks and all of those lovely things. But to understand how 2L really works and the effect you can have on the skin is to understand how the cleansing oil system works. So by really working the cleansing oil into the skin, what you are doing is you are, in a much different way, you're breaking the keratolytic bond. So if we know that an acid, a glycolic, or an alpha hydroxy breaks the keratolytic bond and helps get rid of dead skin, when you use a cleansing oil, you actually are dissolving the sebum that has risen to the surface, which is a very sticky substance and holds the dead skin on. So without bringing the skin acidic nor alkaline, what you're doing is dissolving the sebum that is holding the dead skin on the surface, which means you are on a daily basis rinsing the dead skin off the face, again without bringing it acidic nor alkaline. So I cannot stress enough how important it is in this line to focus on the cleansing. It isn't a throwaway. It's the beginning of the service. So that is step one. That's the cleansing oil. Now I'm going to bring in step two. Notice how easy we made it for you, the professional. A big two, because it's step two of the cleansing system. It is our toner. It's brown. It's supposed to be brown. In fact, it smells like yummy, delicious syrup, because in fact what it is brown sugar, caramel, and plant sugars. So plant sugars, every sugar is a humectant. It's what a sugar is a humectant, which means it attracts and absorbs water. When you use a sugar as your toner in part of the cleansing system or stage, what you actually do then is hydrate the skin during the cleansing. But as important, possibly more important, it makes the cleansing oils water soluble. So the same thing, I really work the step two, the toner, into the skin, very much work it, paying attention to how the skin feels. Interesting, on some people, you will work it, and then all of the sudden it kind of stiffens up and you're done. Now comes the part that is so profoundly different from every other line, not to mention starting with the cleansing oil and herbal toner. I'm going to rinse the excess product off my hands, and I am going to start adding water to her face. And you can see immediately what started happening was emulsifying. So what I'm doing, and you have to be okay with removing your hands, you blot and go back. Now also notice that I'm not working each handful. I'm adding water, giving it a once over, rinsing my hands, adding water, because what you want to do at this moment is add water until you feel skin and no longer feel the cleansing oil. That's when you know that cleanser has done everything it can do. So here are some, what I have found pretty fascinating parts of this stage. If you have somebody that has lasered their skin within an inch of its life, or are peel happy, they have this hardened protective surface on their skin. Sometimes it takes 8, 10, 12 additions of water to get through the cleanser, to get through that top layer into the happy skin underneath. On a 16-year-old with perfect skin, it's 1-2 rinse. On somebody that has oily skin that's been trying to dry it up and has only succeeded in a buildup of a lot of dead skin that's also super dehydrated, it might also take you 10 times the first time. We're at skin. I'm going to go ahead and using sponges, just going to go over. Now because it is a drippy part, I hope you notice that I continually went behind her neck. You don't want to leave dripping going on your client. Starts to tickle. It's good to keep your mind and your hands aware of that. But what we're looking at in this first stage of cleansing is the fact that I have now rinsed off the top layer of dead skin without a scrub, without an acid, and I have prepared her skin for the rest of the treatment in a way that no other product line could possibly do. So I am going to continue with the facial, and I will come back to you for the conclusion.